Good evening. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. You clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion for December 6th to the 20th. For December 6th to the 10th, first we're going to talk about here about the PNA. We have a negative PNA, and if we look at the PDO, that's also negative. And this will lead to the pattern that we're going to have after we get through this cold weather in the east. But in the meantime, I'll get back to the map. This is for December 6th to the 10th. And we have a broad cyclonic flow across much of the country, a trough here that extends from east central Canada into the west. Go to the 10th. See what I'm talking about? We have our ridge here near the Aleutians, and we have above normal heights in the east, or above normal heights in the east that extends from the Western Atlantic to the Gulf of Mexico. Within this flow, we will have several waves that push across the country, causing a more active pattern that we had lately, and particularly be parts of the west. Now, we're going to get to that. We will have several waves moving across the west. See, here's one system. It'll come down here, bring heavy rain and mountain snows, and then it'll extend into parts of the Rockies Monday and Tuesday. And we will have rain is forecast along a front. Here, you can see we'll have this system lifting into Canada, and we'll have a front extending down here, and this will cause heavier rain across south central states. And then Gulf moisture will again increase by Tuesday and Wednesday, resulting in moderate heavy rain from the lower Mississippi Valley to the Tennessee Valley and the southeast. Now, one thing here, we're going to be watching this system to Tuesday into Wednesday. As this lifts northward, you can see this moisture spreads here. Look what we start happening. We start having ice and mixed precipitation. This is like next Wednesday, and then we go into Thursday. Looks like mainly rain here across this area, but we have mixed rain. We'll go back here to the GFS. There'll be mixed precipitation moving in across Pennsylvania, and then it'll be rain by the time it gets in New Jersey. We have to see how that goes. The 540 line is to the north, and we look at the European. The 540 line still remains north of New York City and Philadelphia. And so the 540 line here, this is European ensembles, but the precipitation isn't here yet. And that goes through central Jersey. But the time the precipitation goes, so does the rain and snow line lifts, and it lifts it back up to the north. So this, again, like I said this yesterday, that the models this far out tend to overdo systems this far out in the forecast, so I have to see how that goes. But higher probability of snow will be across the Great Lakes into northern New England. And as I said, there'll be a couple of waves moving into the west. Okay, we're going to look now at the period for December 11th to the 15th. And the flow remains generally unchanged. Broad trough across much of the country, extended from central Canada to the west. And we have a ridge forecast over the western Atlantic to the Gulf of Mexico. So for this forecast period, I'm calling for below normal temperatures here, with anomalies of 6 degrees. Below normal could be a little higher. Above normal temperatures forecast here, if the anomalies of 4 to 8 degrees or more is possible mainly across the Gulf Coast states. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here. And for this region, probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. And then we go to the next period. This is for December 16th to 20th. And generally looking at a zone of flow due to the negative PDO, and we have a negative PNA. So what we're expecting here is more of a zone of flow, but the height numbers remain the same. We have our trough here. Ridge comes close to the Aleutians. Trough here in the west, ridge, flatter zone across much of the nation. So I'm calling for this period. Little change in temperature anomalies. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here. And for this region, the probability of occurrence is 35%. Below normal precipitation forecast for the southern plains with the probability of occurrence of 35%. That's the long range weather forecast discussion for December 6th to the 20th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.